the bad things or the stupid things, you learn not to do bad things or stupid things. Wondering why other people's success or wondering why other people are successful is the refuge of losers.
Yes.
It's a loser mentality. It's a loser occupation because you're wondering why other people are successful. Like, who gives a... You can say you think it sucks, but to spend time wondering why someone is successful and hating on someone for being successful, it doesn't do any good.
It's so indicative that you are insecure.
Yes.
It's like people don't realize what a giveaway that is when they are talking. You're just like, this is just showing me that you don't like yourself.
Well, I figured out, there's something that I figured out personally, that your mind, you have a certain amount of bandwidth. This is why I don't read Instagram comments or Twitter comments or YouTube comments. Like, I don't have any time. You have bandwidth. I don't spend time wondering why I hate things or hating on someone or being jealous. Let's call it units. You have 100 units of bandwidth in your mind. So that means there's 100 units that you can spend on things you care about, or you could let your mind be occupied by some stupid Twitter feud that you're in with some idiot that you don't even know, and you could spend 30% of your mind bandwidth on this, and then you only have 70% for the things you love. And then maybe you're involved in some relationship with someone who's an idiot and you're arguing back and forth with them. Well, there's another 30% that's gone. Now you have 40% left. You have 40% for the things you love instead of 100%. But if you only concentrate on the things you care about that mean something to you, it's a form of meditation.
Yep.
Because you're learning how to avoid the little road bumps and the ditches on the side of the road.
That can suck your bandwidth.
Suck your bandwidth.
You can give them just a little bit and go, okay, no. But or you could lean in.
Like how you're saying when you stopped drinking, all of a sudden your career took off. You started doing well.
More bandwidth.
You had more bandwidth. And you had less problems. This problem that you had that was rotting you away no longer existed. So now all of a sudden it frees up your time and you realize, oh my God, there's so many funny things that I could talk about. And I have so much energy and I'm so healthy. I could just go on stage and have fun, and then you're killing it. When I was like an amateur, I would see guys that were killing, and I'd be like, Cam, like, why is he doing good? Like, that guy sucks, and this guy sucks, and, you know, how come he got this and he got that? And then I remember thinking, like, this is a gigantic waste of time. And my concentrating on people that suck or being jealous about people that are doing well does me zero good. Instead, if someone does well, I can be inspired. And I can get fired up by it. Like, you can't be jealous of someone else's ability. By realizing that they're really good, you're forced to be objective about it. And you have to go to work. Like, you have to go, that guy's better than me. I gotta get better. And you have to go to work.
Right.
There's no positive benefit in underestimating someone. Underestimating someone will get you killed.
Convincing yourself that the things that you're jealous of them for aren't really as good.
Right.
That will get you killed.
Oh yeah.
So that's it, dude.
Yeah.
That's totally it. My jealousies are always with other women.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is, and I have to fight it. And I'm really good about it now to be like actually inspired by women who are funnier than me. But
that's awesome.
But and to use it to be like, okay, then I need to be better. I need to get up to that level.
Yes.
That is, I need to go home and write. It like fires me up as opposed to like, why?
And it's powerful for everybody. It's powerful for them. It's powerful for you.
Yes.
It's like there's no negative aspect to it. It's like you should be thankful that there's women out there that make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like when I see someone just murder on stage, I want to go to work. I want to go write. I want to get home and write.
Yeah.
I want to go perform. Like, that guy just killed, or holy shit, she just crushed. She's out there killing it. He's doing so good. It makes me want to work harder. What they're doing is they're showing you that it's possible to do better than you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Has there been anything along your journey that you've kind of regretted? And then how do you deal with regret?
Individual choices and mistakes, yeah, but ultimately you learn from those. So, like, no. Because, like, even the regrets, the bad things or the stupid things, you learn not to do bad things or stupid things. You know, all those things are beneficial in some way if you can get through them. If you, like, did something that resulted in someone's death or something horrible like that, yeah, it'd be a terrible regret. But I've been very fortunate that hasn't happened. But the dumb shit that I've done or the bad mistakes that I've made, they've taught me. You know, you learn. That's why failure is so important. Like, failing and making mistakes, It's very important. That's how you learn. That's how the bad feeling that you get from something that you shouldn't have done or wish you didn't do or wish you did better, like that just teaches you.
Some people, I think, kind of it's just like it gets repetitive for some people.
That's dangerous. Yeah, it's dangerous to dwell on past mistakes because people sort of define themselves by the worst moments that they've ever had. And if that's the case, like some people are stuck in high school. You know, they're stuck in failures that they had like when they were first getting jobs, and they always think that they're a loser, and they don't like the feeling of failure, so they keep low expectations so that they never have to feel that. You gotta get through it. You gotta get through failure. It's very important. You gotta get through bad feelings, and you get through it by just picking yourself back up and moving forward and going. But it's hard for a lot of people because that sting, they never get over it, the feeling of failure. And they don't have a good support system, like good friends. If you've been, a girl broke up with you, and you feel like you're the worst, you're a fucking loser, like you're a piece of shit. But then you go out with your friends and you have a few laughs, and next thing you know, you're laughing, and you're like, I'm alright, it'll be alright. And then maybe you meet a new lady. Yeah. And she like picks you up, and you're like, oh, you're gonna be okay. And then you learn from the last mistakes. Like having a good community of friends is very, very important. Those feelings of failure are so hard. They're so hard to get over, and they overwhelm people, and some people can't get past them. And then every time some new thing comes up, when you have to rise to the occasion, you have to perform, you think about that time you failed, and it's your head up, man. You think, I'm a loser, I can't do this, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fuck up, you know.
Did you feel like you learned that from somebody, or did you always just have that kind of intuition when it comes to that kind of stuff?
I think I learned it from martial arts, because you get your ass kicked. You know, if you don't want to get your ass kicked again, you either quit fighting or you learn how to get a lot better. And you know, you learn from those mistakes, because people need stuff like that. They need something. And generally, the best version of it is coming from someone who's experienced ups and got through it.
Yeah.
You know? And I think there's very few people out there that know how to force themselves. That's a learned skill. That kind of discipline and focus. You have to have like real rigid requirements of yourself where you don't allow yourself to back out of things and you don't allow yourself to slack off. And I don't think people put those kind of requirements on themselves as if it is a daily principle of life, like what you must get done. You know, you must brush your teeth, you must exercise for 45 minutes. And if you did that, I think you'd be healthier and happier, and your body would perform more smoothly. And if you require your body to do things like that, I think it rises to the occasion. There are very few people that have that kind of discipline, so because of that, they come up with excuses. And excuses are a giant part of the problem. It's not simply a physical health issue, there's also mental aspects of it, and discipline's a big one. I just know way too many people who are weak mentally. And I can't just chalk it off to only their physical, the way they physically feel, because I felt like shit 100 times, and then I worked out, and then I felt way better.
Yeah.
It's just a fact of life. That's real. You know, you just gotta. And people don't know how to do that. There's been many people that have just put their foot down and said, enough. I'm going to change my life, and they don't take any excuses, and they feel way better. Diet is most certainly a part of that, but there's also a discipline aspect, and these things are not mutually exclusive. They exist together. They're all together, and they work symbiotically. The way your mindset affects the choices you make with your diet, and the mindset also affects the choices you make in terms of like whether or not you require yourself to exercise. And I think these are critical aspects that people like to gloss over, or they like to make excuses about. And they get very angry if you don't accept those excuses. And that's a sign that they're trying to enforce this standard and this idea and push it on you and give themselves an excuse. It's one of the reasons why they get angry.
You will find success every now and then. You will find success every now and again. If you want to find the consistent success, you have to believe that you deserve the consistent success. A man or a woman will never be able to consistently perform in a manner that is inconsistent with the way that he or she sees himself. And I would tell my coaches I want to be a national champion. I want to tell my coaches I want to be a world champion. I would tell all of you that I want to be the best in the world and I want to be up in the bright lights. But truly, inside myself, I knew that I didn't truly believe that. And that's why I was never able to consistently perform in a manner that was inconsistent with the way that I saw myself.
When it comes to reality, it's not about working harder. It's actually working smarter, working the system. Because let's say you work super hard, but when you work in the opposite direction from your goals, then what is the meaning of hard work? If you don't know what you're working for, how you're working, and if you don't know the system very well, no matter how hard you work, it can mean absolutely nothing. The thing that we should do is stack the deck in our favor and not think that the hard work is the only way that we can achieve success.
If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.